Thank you for your time that you accepted joining us. Thank you very much. And we will begin with introduction of ourselves. My
Okay.
name is Fariz. I'm second year BBA student at ADA University, and my groupmate Narmin.
I'm the second year economics student at ADA. Nice to see you again. And without wasting much time, let's start with interview. We will want to hear about your past experience, if it's possible, just briefly mention, because we also want to know you. Please.
Uh, so, I'm Rashad. I'm CEO of Ecole Engineering Services. So, in my past experience, I served as a deputy CEO of SGC, Southern Gas Corridor. So now I am in an environmental services company. So our main duty to be to make it clear the bold. It's in briefly. So this is a waste management company, which is the duties of this company is to clean up the remediation process of oil sludge, drill cuttings, oil waters, etc., as well as the greenery of all SOCAR's area over the country, and disinfection, disinsection, etc. So we have a more complexity range of our services. So in brief, that's it.
Okay, thank you very much for this beautiful introduction. I would like to begin the interview with the question, what does leadership mean to you?
Okay, so leadership to me, it's about guiding others toward our shared goal. I mean, the company's goal, which is help them to grow. So it's taking our responsibility, especially during challenges, and making decisions that bring positive results for our company again. So leadership is not about the power, it's about serving others, inspiring them, and creating something meaningful for them. So let's say in managing environmental projects like ours, leadership means setting a clear goal and making sure the team members understood our roles inside the SOCAR, let's say. So during a tight deadline, which is pinned, I encourage our team, to try a faster or by a remediation, cleaning up, etc., which save the time and cost while improving our results.
Clear.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your answer. And the next question will be, I just want to know about for which hours, for which period you have been in the leadership position. It is really important for us. We want to know the period so we can move to the next question.
So let's say I started to serve in my existing position a year ago. So my previous position, as I mentioned, it was about 10 years. I was a deputy CEO of Southern Gas Corridor. So in my previous role before the SGC, I was served for Minister of Economy as a deputy legal department. So it's more than, let's say, 15 hours.
Great.
Mm.
So the next question is related to the leadership position. So what were the hardest stations in your leadership experience? And if it's possible, can you just state one or two examples and how you solved those problems? We will really appreciate it.
Okay, it's a great question. So one of our toughest challenges was the cleaning up oil contaminated areas with a limited budget and tight deadlines. So you know that the COP29 just finished, and before we were assigned with several complex projects for remediation, and balancing these sustainability goals with economic limits, it's very difficult, So making hard choices that affect team dynamics and like prioritizing urgent tasks, and also requires resilience and clear communication. So, for instance, during this cleanup of 6 hectares of area near Baku Bay, you know that Marit Bulvaratel, it's near Marit Bulvaratel. We had one project of cleaning up. I had to make the tough budget choices. So I focused on using local resources and affordable technologies to maximize the impact, applying our principles of opportunity cost. So you know that from the economy, your subject, it's the principle of opportunity cost to get the best result with the limited resources.
So, for you, I just wanted to ask another question related to the thing you stated in your kind of response. You said you needed to make some choices, but I want to make sure that you were the only one who made choices or discussions or this strategy planning, or there was some other team players
Who engaged in the
engaged.
decision-making process? Maybe they helped you, maybe you negotiated with them.
So, as I mentioned before, the leadership is to encourage your team, and that's why the resolution will not be the only depends on one team members. So we are making our decisions collegially, because the other our the team members enforce us to make a greater decisions than you can make alone.
My next question for you, as a person with a huge leadership experience. So, are leaders born or made? What do you think about it? Like, is it inborn with the person, or is it trained? Maybe person becomes leader with time. What do you think about it?
So, well, let's say my leadership has been shaped by hands-on work in environmental projects, and the other part, legal drafting, as my previous role in Ministry of Economy, and managing large cleanups. So, my existing position. So, each challenge taught me to adapt, think critically, and lead with honesty. So, I believe leaders are made. So, leadership is learned through the experience, reflections, and mentorship. So, as example, I could say that early in my career working as a lawyer, I learned the importance of careful planning and teamwork. So, skills I now use to lead these big environmental projects.
Thank you very much.
Do you have a question?
I would like to ask an interesting question for you. Like, how did you discover your purpose, like purpose in your life? Was it difficult for you, or did it take you lots of time to decide who you want to be in the future?
Or additional to Fari's point, in your childhood, what was your dream job? Did you dream to be like müdür, or to take the leadership position, or you just said, okay, I can have, I don't know, 9 to 5
Yes, other
job.
positions
Yes.
in the job, like not a leadership position, maybe. Like, it's really interesting.
Yes, but simple office worker or
Yes.
So, thank you for the great questions. So, first of all, I found my purpose by aligning my skills to this environmental management with my values, sustainability, growth, etc. So this drives me to lead the projects that benefit the environment, communities, and future generation. So during this Marriott site cleanup, seeing how restoring the land create a green space for the community. So now these all issues strengthened my commitment to my environmental leadership. So the other question is related to my dream job is all who I wanted to become in my childhood. So I grew up in the Soviet period, and that time we all children's want to be astronauts, that we call cosmonauts. So that's why we dreamed big, and I believe that. So now my position or my colleague's position, more or less the same, that we dreamed big, and we try to make our country greener, better, cleaner.
Okay.
So another question is, what advice do you have for building a good, positive relationship with the coworkers? Or do you have any? If you want, I can repeat the question.
So I understood. What do you want to say? That let's say I will try to communicate to my team members as I found on clear communication that fits the audience, our team members. So regular meetings, updates, personal conversations ensure the transparency and alignment. So we need to listen their feedbacks, which helps us create a culture of trust and collaboration.
So from your response, I understand you really value the personalities of your workers and also ideas, all the perceptions, and you constantly getting the ideas of the team workers, right?
Exactly right.
Yeah.
I want to ask you another question related to collective work. Since you work with the team, so decisions are made collectively, so you work together for the same purpose. And how do you encourage like your team members to work like together, to have good relationships within the team, so everyone is productive, everyone is supportive? How do you make it? What advices would you suggest to maintain this warm environment in the team?
So as a leader, as a manager, I'm trying to providing the clarity of that. We're trying to set the clear goals and expectation. So let's say we're breaking down tasks for say to the exact project and keep the team focused. It's one of them. So we encourage the communication. We trust each other. We are open. We have honest discussions to share our ideas. So we are making the weekly briefings, ensure to everyone stayed aligned and concerns were addressed. We use the various types of applications, which is making give us making sure that we all aligned, we know all tasks, and we all know the deadlines. And of course that we recognize our success, and we celebrate our achievements, and so we motivate the team.
Thank you very much for this great response. And I think that this is really true, because in our classes we study how to manage the team, how to build this warm environment, and everything that you mentioned we were discussing during the classes. And thank you very much for this response.
And lastly, I want to ask in your opinion, what are the strengths that do you believe you have as a leader, which made you the one you are now?
And also, what you would recommend to like growing leaders to be a good leader? What advices would you recommend?
So let's simplify it. My strengths and weakness. You want to hear all my strengths and weakness, yeah?
Yes.
Strengths mostly, and we think that weaknesses will be not so much. Like the list will be overloaded with strengths, I guess.
Oh, let me think.
But we would be so excited if you.
I'm good at planning. I'm good at planning. I can manage the complex project, encourage the teamwork. It's essential for the leaders that it cannot be depend on one person, one team. It should be teamwork. So my experience in this environment work has helped me assess the risks and find the practical solutions on this. So I also can communicate clearly, build trust, and keeps my teams aligned, as I mentioned before. So let's say when planning our one of our project is fencing of all large lakes, my ability to strategize help to us finish this project on time and using resources wisely and preventing environmental risks. So this is, let's say, strengths. So if we are talking about weakness, sometimes I spend too much time analyzing any decisions. So it can, sometimes it slow things down. So now I'm learning to balance this by getting feedback from my teammates to speed up the decisions. And in my previous experience, that once I delayed submitting a project proposal because I overanalyzed this, and now I used, as I mentioned, such a system where trusted colleagues review our proposal earlier to save the time.
And also, we think that you are also confident and you're a good public speaker that really encourages his workers, employees, team members, and yes, clarity. So it's really important.
Strong communication skills
Strong
and also
communication skills as well.
presentation skills, persuasion skills is
The image
essential.
as a leader is also important, we think, and you also have this image.
Thank you.
And lastly, we wanted you to recommend some advices for the
Yes.
ones who want to be a good leader.
Yes,
What
what
should
would
we
you
do?
recommend for the growing leaders?
So again, the prioritizing on such things. The first is to promote the teamwork. It's essential by setting a clear, inspiring vision and showing how everyone's work fits into the bigger picture. So I encourage collaboration through the open communication, as you said, team building activities, and celebrating success together. So a supportive culture makes people feel invested in shared goals.
It's so great response. We really appreciate all the response, and we really appreciate your time. You separate special time for us. And this was the end of our interview. Fariz, do you want to say something?
Many thanks again for you. Thank you very much that you accepted, dedicated your time to join our interview. Thank you again. And
You are welcome. I wish you success.
Wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Yes,
much.
that was the end of the interview. Thank you for
Thank you, guys. It's pleasure to hear with you.
thank you. Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
Rashad, man. Thank you for
Goodbye.
your support. Have a nice day.
Bye. Bye. Bye.